Hi, my name's Maddie and welcome to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be going over some of my favorite authors, my ride or die romance authors, and pretty much these are just the authors that I will read anything that they put out into the world, and I love them. Most of their books for me are usually pretty 5 stars, around that range, and these are just they're my favorite authors. I'll read anything from them. First and foremost, I have Gianna Darling, and she is a dark romance author. She's one of the first dark romance authors I've ever read. I think maybe besides Penelope Douglas, but Gianna's books get a little bit darker than Penelope Douglas in my opinion. Most notably is her Fallen Men series, which is a motorcycle romance, and most of them have age gaps, and I love every single one of them, and I just really love her writing. I love her writing style. I think she's an amazing author, and I am just so excited to keep reading her books. I think my favorite is probably Inked in Lies, I'm going to say. I just really like that one. I like the plot in it. I like the characters' dynamics in it, and I think they're just some of my favorite characters. Definitely one of my faves. One of my next ride or die authors is J.R. Ward and the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I adore this series so much. I love everything about this, and I really love J.R. Ward's writing. It's very like 2000s vibes and aesthetic, and I just absolutely love it so much. It's so fun. It's such a great read. It's one of the reasons I got back into reading as an adult. So overall, I just have such a good time reading this book, especially like the first like 10 maybe, and I'm probably going to buy them like physical copies and reread them at some point because I love them so much. My next ride or die authors are a writing couple, and it is Emily Wimberly and Austin Sigmund Broca. I will read anything that these two put out. I love it so much. I'm so excited for the breakup tour, which comes out like next year, and I cannot wait to get my hands on a copy. I've read 2 of their books so far, which isn't a lot because they have a lot of books out, but I love them so much. I love their like marriage and trouble, second chance, everything they've written I have like loved so far and given 5 stars to. So absolutely amazing. I really like Do I Know You and The Roughest Draft. Those are like my 2 favorite romance novels ever, and so I highly recommend them. The next author I'm going to recommend is Carly LaRue. Most notably, she's written the All Souls trilogy and the Losers duology, and I have loved them so much. They are on the darker side, like I mentioned, and I just have such a good time reading them. They're so fun. The All Souls trilogy is like monster, demon, witches, so on and so forth, so they're really, really fun, and they're great to read around Halloween. Just saying. But I think Carly is just such a great writer, and I really enjoy their work. My next ride or die author who I will read absolutely anything from is Miss Sierra Simone. I love her writing so much. I have such a fun time reading her books, and I adore everything about them. Her next series is coming out super soon. I can't wait to get my hands on a physical copy because I'm going to read it so fast. It's a spin-off of this series, and I am just so ready for it. I love this one, the Priest series, which are the Bell Brothers, American Queen series, which is the New Camelot series. So fantastic. I love all of her books. My next ride or die author is Penelope Douglas. I love Penelope Douglas so much. Again, she is one of the first romance authors that got me back into reading as an adult. This is Birthday Girl. Basically, it is about Jordan, who moves in with her boyfriend and her boyfriend's father, and the boyfriend doesn't treat her very well, but Pike, the father, does, and it is an age gap, and it's just so amazing. I also really like the Devil's Night series, which is a fantastic read around Halloween time. All of these books are Halloween centered. Oof. I always enjoy Penelope Douglas's writing. Sometimes her writing is a little bit like grittier, and the characters don't always make the wisest choices, but I just have so much love for Penelope Douglas. Another one of my favorite authors is relatively new to me, and that is Jessa Hastings in the Magnolia Park series. I will read anything that Jessa Hastings writes. These books are a train wreck, so don't go into it thinking you're gonna get this happy story. I'm like on the edge of my seat still waiting for the 3rd Magnolia Parks book, and I am just like a hot mess over these books. They're so angsty and all over the place and chaotic, and like Gossip Girl meets, I don't know, crazy. It's nonsense in these books, let me tell you. The characters don't always make the best decisions. They are insane and crazy, and they all need therapy. Yeah, they need therapy, okay? But I love them. They're just such a fun read. Not really. They're so chaotic, but they're so fun to read. And she has other books coming out very soon, and she's kind of stepping away from the Magnolia Park series as well, so I'm really excited to see what she does outside of these 4 or 5 books. My next ride or die author, Miss Sarah J. Maas. I could have held up any of her books, but I held up this one because Rune Dannon is like in it the most, and I just love Rune Dannon. I love this book. I love Sarah J. Maas's writing style. I don't know what it is about it. There is like crack or something in it. They're so fun, and again, chaotic, and just such a good read, and the plots are amazing. The characters are amazing. The way she's able to like put things together is simply incredible, and you never know what's coming next, even though like you're trying to guess and put all these conspiracies together. I will read pretty much anything by her, especially the 3rd book of this. I cannot wait for the next book to come out in this series, and anything by her. I recommend reading Throne of Glass first, then ACOTAR, and then this bad boy, Crescent City, and just diving into her world. It's a multiverse. This is my Marvel people, okay? Everything about this book I just love. My next ride or die author is Mariana Zapata. I absolutely love her work. I love how slow burn it is, the grumpy characters, the sunshine characters, everything about them I think is absolutely amazing. I'm not a huge fan of her earlier books, but her later books are just simply incredible. Well, The Winnipeg and Me, Culty, Gracie and the Grump, All Roads Lead Here are all some of my favorite romance books of all time, so I highly recommend Mariana Zapata. Another one of my favorite authors is Karina Halley, and I have read so many books by her this year because I cannot get enough of them. I just finished A Ship of Bones and Teeth, and I'm ordering a physical copy because I loved it so much. I thought it was so amazing, and it is a standalone. Fantasy romance standalone. Hello, sign me up. This is the Dracula duet, and I simply love it. It is a book that got me kind of almost out of a reading slump I had it towards the beginning of the year. There was something about it that just pulled me out of this like little haze and really just like threw me into reading again. And I've just been trying to find a book as amazing since, because I have not found a romance novel as much loved as this book right here. I have really enjoyed her writing. Overall, I think Karina Halley has a very almost unique writing style, and I just really enjoyed it so far, and I cannot wait to read more of her books. And there is a Hades and Persephone's book that she's writing right now that I absolutely cannot wait to get into eventually at some point. It is on my TBR, so I will probably read it very soon. And last but not least, we have Vela Roth and the Blood Grace series. This has been such an amazing fantasy romance. This is kind of like revolutionized fantasy romance for me a little bit. It has classical writing style. It's extremely slow burn, like so slow burn. Like we think Mariana Zapata is a slow burn, this is a slow burn, ladies and gents. Oh, I love everything about it. The characters are amazing. The plot is absolutely amazing, especially the more you read it, the more into the plot you get, and it is just such an incredible time, and I have so much love for this series, and I cannot wait to keep reading it. I'm going on a trip for like 2 weeks, so I'm kind of sad because I don't think I'll get to finish the 5th book in the series, but I love them so much. They're so good. I'm not sure if Vela Roth has any other novels outside of this, but just pick up this one. If you're gonna read any of them, read this one, because these books are simply amazing. Even if they're out of your comfort zone, this needs to be a book that everyone should read. I mean, it's got fantasy and action and romance. Who doesn't love that? Come on, and vampires. Let's go, people. Get it together. Alright, and that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning more about some of my favorite authors. Please feel free to let me know your favorite authors down below, and maybe I'll check them out. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye!